we input specific instances, you would agree with them. By the way, the only one that's quite vague, or I should say more specific, is the healthcare one. The other two, of which she said I would oppose a bill that prevents people from accessing these things, is pretty broad, to the point where obviously you agree with the Constitution of the United States and things of which we just mentioned prior. The only one that's more specific is healthcare. And in an instance, there are plenty of instances of which you would agree an undocumented migrant should have access to certain care. So the conversation Kamala Harris was having was vague enough to the point that you agree with her in some instances in what she was talking about.
Dude, everyone in the country except for you knew exactly what Jake Tapper was asking her, and that is, do you support illegal immigrants having health care paid for by the taxpayers of the United States? And she said, absolutely. Let me be clear, 100%.
She did not.
So if you want to digress and divert from that, go ahead. But everyone here is not going to fall for your gaslighting. We know what we heard, and we heard from her, and that was her first policy running for office as president of the United States. Her first policy.
Must be nice to lie.
No. That was her first policy.
Have you looked up a fact check of this at all by any chance?
I absolutely have.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So what did it say? What website did you go to?
Let's get off this.
What did it go? What did it go to?
Do you want to play it again? Do you think the audience needs?
No, I feel like we heard the video enough to the point where I feel like,
and your audience is smarter than you are.
Except you can't argue what you're advocating for right now.
I don't need to argue.
I'm not sure. I think you might be the dumbest one in the lot. But I'm just asking. But
if she would talk more, we could argue more. Because
I'm just asking if you looked up a fact check for what we're talking about.
You won't have a live conversation with.
Wait, I'm asking you. Did you fact check what we're talking about here?
Absolutely.
Really? So, and what websites did you look up for a fact check on this?
Dude, I don't need to. You just played the video. Are you crazy?
So you didn't fact check? Good.
You played the video. Everybody heard her voice. Was that AI, like you said about Biden 6 months ago?
What was that?
Was that AI? Was that fake photos, fake videos about Joe Biden, which you all agreed to like 9 months ago?
What?
Yeah, what?
Well, what photos are you talking about?
No, when everybody was saying that Joe Biden was in great health, great shape, he was fine to be president, everybody said that all of these issues with Biden were like phony.
By the way, I was leading up to something, but here's a fact check on it. There's a PolitiFact fact check that rates this claim that Vice President Kamala Harris endorsed free taxpayer-funded government health care for all illegal aliens. This is something that Donald Trump said on July 24th, 2024. PolitiFact rates it as mostly false because Kamala Harris has never endorsed a system of which taxpayers pay for it or undocumented migrants get access to free health benefits.
Who owns PolitiFact?
I don't care who owns PolitiFact because all of these things are resourced here.
Of course you don't care. Of course
all these things are resourced here.
But it's your source.
Wait. All of these things are resourced here. You don't even know
who owns them, and it's your source.
All of these things are resourced here. So if you actually scroll through the article, you can see. If you can be quiet for like 5 seconds. So if you actually scroll through the article,
you would know
if you scroll through the article, you can see that there are hyperlinks of which everything that they're talking about is sourced. So look at all these different hyperlinks. Everything they're talking about is sourced. So if it has adequate sourcing, then I'm inclined to believe it. And it does have adequate sourcing.
The guy who hasn't been able to source a single thing he said and admitted like twice that he just made up his sources is getting angry about sources.
Can you be quiet? Mini-Me, can you be quiet?
Can you be quiet, Jeff? How old are you, bro? I mean, it's 1 a.m. You got like a wife, you got kids. Go take care of them, bro. Please. I mean, God, they need you. They need you, bro. You can't be.
Come on, wannabe Harry. Come on, wannabe Harry. Hey, Harry.
Bro,
seriously.
But on a serious note. No, but seriously, bro. It's 1 a.m. Like, go take care of your kids. You're probably in like Central Time. It's midnight. Like, dude, you gotta go.
Yeah, I'm good past midnight. We're good. Hey, Harry.
you just ignore him after that. Don't need anything. You just kick him to the dust. That's good, man. That's not.
Take care about the kids. Go check on the kids.
Please, Harry.
Harry.
Come on, the kids want you.
Hey, Harry and Chris. Chris, yours is the second point. Harry, first point. PolitiFact is owned by Gannett. Chris, second point.
I don't care.
Go look at my resume. I worked for Gannett.
Can you actually give an argument against the fact check I just provided you for you can't just say, oh, it's owned by this person, which means it's automatically false. Like, as I mentioned, everything is sourced in this article.
You don't even know your source, Harry. Bad move, pallet management.
All of these. Wait. That's utter nonsense, right? Because the ownership of a source doesn't automatically mean it's false. Just because Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News. Wait. Just because Rupert Murdoch
Today.
I'm not done talking. Just because Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News does not mean that a Fox News article is automatically false. Right? Fox News can often lies and misrepresents their reporting and things of that nature. But just because Fox News says it doesn't mean that it's automatically false. So just because PolitiFact is okay, great. So what's your objection to the actual article I just cited?
Because PolitiFact is owned by Gannett, who owns USA Today.
You just acknowledged that ownership does not mean it's automatically false, and then you go back to the argument that ownership means it's automatically false.
Google is Gannett, liberal.
Jeff, can I ask you a question? You just said
so ridiculous.
You just said that like not knowing your own source is a bad move.
Dude, your audience is loving it.
I'm actually asking you a question. Engage with me.
Because I've wanted to cook this dude for
can you engage with me?
And you keep failing, buddy.
Can you engage with me for a second? You just said to Harry, quote, not knowing your source, that's a bad move. So again,
Christmas lights, Chris.
So wait, Jeff, you're dodging the question.
Is so cruel.
Earlier, Jeff,
you're such a child.
Jeff, earlier in the live, we spent 20 minutes because you kept making these outrageous claims about something you didn't know, and we kept asking for a source, and then you finally admitted, I can't find the source right now, Harry W. So would you agree that was a bad move on your part?
I agree that you can't afford LED, so you have Christmas lights.
So then I said,
thank you for the galaxy, Raymond. Appreciate you.
I think we should just gotta leave it there with Jeff, man. I mean, this guy's like top 5 most annoying.
I still have to ask about one more thing, unless he has something else he has to say on this topic.
Dude, Harry, I'd love to leave here with 5,000. Let's go, bro.
I don't think you understand what that is, but it's fine. Do you have anything else to say on this topic?
I understand that you work for pallet management, and it's in your
we heard you the first 9,000 times when you made this stupid claim. So do you have anything else to say on this?
Democrat Party.
Do you have anything else to say on this matter?
All a fake live, and I have cooked you hard.
Jeff, what have you cooked on? Just out of curiosity, what topic do you think you won on here?
From beginning to end, Harry.
Really? So even when you said Harry W. earlier, that was a cook?
Well, first, the fact that you're not transparent with your own audience.
About what exactly?
Pallet management.
I think my audience is so sick about hearing pallet management. We talk about this literally every night.
Well,
that pallet management manages Chris and I, and we pay them. They don't pay us. We've talked about this like 1,000 times. Anybody that's a regular here will tell you how many times this comes up.
Thank you. Actually, I'm really shocked that you admitted it. Thank you so much.
Yes, exactly. Jeff, we've said this so many times. We pay pallet management.
I asked you to do it an hour ago, and I'm just happy that you did.
Wait, we've said this. We said this an hour ago that we pay pallet. We said this an hour ago.
Wait, Jeff, who did you say PolitiFact was owned by?
Gannett and the Times Daily out of, I think, Tampa. Are you guys really sorting? You're literally using PolitiFact. You're literally using PolitiFact to basically denounce all of your guests in this chat, and you don't even know who owns them. Are you kidding me?
It's a fact-checking website with resources all listed. So you still yet to actually log.
This is just like unbelievable classic gaslighting. I mean, Jeff, you couldn't name a single Trump policy, and you kept pivoting and gaslighting, and then you claimed that 70% of objections in Trump cases you didn't know anything about that. We spent 15 minutes with elevator music just trying to get you to admit that you completely made that up. You have literally not had a single source all night.
Chris, you have literally just sat there with Leonardo DiCaprio's hair from 1992 with Christmas lights and can't afford LED, telling me that I am some old man that doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, can you remind us again? So I can't afford anything. You wanted to compare revenue, compare a resume, and you said you don't have any problem with women. Is there anything else you're insecure about? How big are your hands, Jeff? Does it make you feel weird? Like, does anyone ever comment on your hand size?
It's been pretty good for me in basketball, honestly.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. Is like you just start talking about how big your hands are because it's going to make you feel uncomfortable because like the insecurity is going to like get
Chris, you. The fact that you would even think of my hands in this live chat,
dude, you're thinking of his hair. You're thinking of his hair.
So Donald Trump. If you didn't know, numbnuts, Donald Trump is the one who made the main comment of
But
I don't
you
have small
talking
hands.
about my hands.
Yeah,
really
so Donald Trump, the president
have
you're
you
voting
been
for,
staring at my photos
Donald
too
Trump.
long?
Donald Trump is the one who made the main comment about the small
I
hands.
mean, you did Google my photos. Have you been staring at me too much? Like, what's going on, Chris? Your face is getting a little blushed.
I'm just waiting for you to like act your age. Like, what are you, 50? Is it 50 something? 60?
How did I look?
I don't know. I don't
know,
remember
man.
this
Your
as a
resume
guessing.
is super stacked. I mean, can you please give me some coaching
think
on business and AI?
Stacked. I will give you some coaching on business. Business is hurting right now to this Biden administration. They're actually hurting.
Hey Jeff, can we go back to the original question?
A joke. It's
Jeff,
not
can we go back to the
a joke
original
at all.
question? Can you name me 5
No,
policies
let's
that
talk
Donald
about
Trump
the
influenced to get
businesses,
passed through
because you're
Congress
mini
during his
me.
presidency?
No, your mini-me wants to talk about local businesses, and I have an expertise in
I'm
local
telling you, he'll cook you on businesses as well if you want to talk about that.
Jeff, can you name me a single Jeff? Can you name me an economic piece of legislation Donald Trump passed through Congress? Just one. Go right now.
He expanded the.
No, that's not the name. No. And you're about to say something that's not a piece of legislation. Name a piece of legislation. Donald Trump's main economic accomplishment is right at the top of everyone's head. Go, please.
Dude, what are you talking about?
I mean, you just have no idea. Look, he's looking it up. He left.
Look, he's Googling everybody. Now he's back here because he got called out. What a
I got
terrible
a
thing.
phone call.
Jeff, what's Donald Trump's main economic policy, Jeff? He passed it through Congress. How about this? Okay, so that way here, I'll give it to you because you don't know it. It's the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. So his another policy that wasn't passed through Congress was Chinese tariffs. Are you familiar with Chinese tariffs? You know a lot about business?
Yeah, and I know about
Okay, so
Mexican tariffs.
how do Chinese tariffs work?
Chinese tariffs work in the sense that basically Trump was telling China, Mexico, all the other countries that you're not going to send your goods into our country with this high tax rate, and then you're going to double that tax rate on the goods that are sent back to your country. That's not going to happen.
Got it. So when China, with the Chinese tariffs that Donald Trump implemented, so China sends us a product, and it's good for us because we're making money. Right? Is that what I'm following?
No, not necessarily. See, you're wrong from the get-go.
No. I'm not.
He's asking you a question.
Hold on. I'm not
Do you
making
know
a claim.
what Timu is doing to the small business?
Jeff, I'm not making a claim. I'm trying to understand your understanding of tariffs. So you say
I'm trying to understand
so who's making money in this exchange and who's paying the tariff and why is it good? That's all I'm asking.
Got it.
Yep. So I'm just asking you to explain.
I'm sorry. Repeat your question.
Yeah, so Chinese tariffs, we're implementing a tariff on Chinese goods. Who is paying that tariff and why is it good?
China is paying the tariff, and that's good because it helps balance the competitive landscape of business.
Got it. So 2 things here. Number 1, you talked about how, you wanted to talk about with Harry Light about business. And first, you couldn't name a single piece of Trump legislation, but it's really hilarious because you just explained the opposite of how tariffs work. And this is basic econ 101. Obviously, when we implement Chinese tariffs, the person paying that extra tax or tariff is U.S. businesses, because what we can do is we can say, if you want to buy something from China now, it's going to be more expensive. And so U.S. businesses are incentivized to make things either themselves or buy them from a U.S.-based company, which spurs GDP and spurs job growth. The reason you think it's the opposite, number 1, is because you know nothing about basic economics. But also, number 2, it's one of Donald Trump's most told lies. He said well over 100 times, tariffs are good because China is sending us money to send us goods, which if you spend like 2 seconds logically thinking about it, that makes no sense, because why would that incentivize anybody to not be getting Chinese goods? We just continue to get as many Chinese goods as we want. But he said it all the time. He said we were sending money, China was sending us money directly to the U.S. Department of Treasury, all this stuff. It's a complete lie. And you just explained the opposite of how Chinese tariffs work because you have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, hold on, Chris, for a hot minute after your 2 minutes there. So you're saying the Chinese government did not pay money to the U.S. government?
Yes. No. I'm telling you that when Donald Trump implemented Chinese
tariffs. Hold on, I like your first answer. I like your first answer better. You said
no. Because what
first you said
so
yes.
Jeff, you're going to let me speak?
Do you want some flip-flops?
I think what you're trying to do is just really straw man. I'm going to be very specific about what I say. When Donald Trump implemented,
you're not being specific. You're giving a
Harry, you won't believe it. Jeff just said that China was sending us money to send us goods after telling me he knew about business. So this is really good. So Jeff, I'm going to be very specific.
This guy claims to be a business guy?
So Jeff, so I swear to God. So Jeff, Econ 101, buddy. We implement a tariff like you correctly said. The only thing you correctly stated is why tariffs exist. You just don't know how they work. So again, we want to protect consumers and protect business because we don't want all of our business to go to China. How do we do that? We do that by telling U.S. companies, if you are going to import goods from China, it's going to become more expensive because that's going to incentivize them to not get things from China and get things from inside of the United States. That's basic. If you can explain, so when Donald Trump implemented Chinese tariffs, U.S. businesses started paying a higher tax rate for Chinese goods in the hopes that it would spur GDP and spur job growth. These Chinese tariffs are still around right now. If you can explain to me why it would incentivize people to not get goods from China if China was paying us money, that'd be great, but that makes no sense.
Chris, are you familiar with Section 301 tariffs?
Please elaborate.
No, I want you to first say that you're not aware.
Okay, I'm not aware.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. So you're no expert on tariffs, and you need to admit that.
Okay, wait. You didn't explain anything. So the basic.
I don't need to.
Wait, so you're just not gonna. So I just explained to you literally the most basic form. We don't have to get into any specific tariffs. I explained to you in the if you sat at an Econ 101 class freshman year of high school, you would learn a basic. This is how tariffs work, and this is why they're effective. So can you explain to me in a very basic Econ 101 why China sending us money while they are sending us goods is beneficial to U.S. businesses and consumers? Because why would they be incentivized to now not get things from China?
So if you could take your tiny little fingers and Google Section 301 tariffs on China, it would show you that we receive approximately $80 billion from Chinese imports. And if you dig a little bit deeper, then you would understand the answer to my first question.
Yeah, so just explain. Can you just, elaborate on that? I'm listening.
Yeah.
No, I'm more than happy to look it up and say whatever. I'm just curious.
Taxfoundation.org, Reuters.
Just read. What are you reading?
I'm not reading anything, dude. That's basic knowledge about.
Well, I just explained basic Econ 101.
Look it up.
I was just waiting for you to source it.
I may be off, but it's around 80 billion.
So let's see. Section what?
It's section, I believe, 301.
Chinese tariffs.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's how I was answering your question. Now, does that pass? Now, your response was in regards to the fact that it does pass on.
Wait, holy shit. You are so unbelievably goofy. Yeah. Obviously, Section 301 tariffs. Again, the Biden administration expanded these, which proposed raising tariffs on solar panels, electric vehicles, batteries. Again, you're reading how much money the U.S. government is assuming we are making, but you understand that number is coming from U.S. businesses paying the tax. And you still don't understand fundamental tariffs. It's hilarious. You understand when we say Jeff, you understand we make money hypothetically. We should make money on tariffs. The way we're making them is U.S. businesses are paying the tax, an extra tax, but now they're creating jobs and investing money in the United States to create their goods. That is how we are making the $80 billion number you're creating. But obviously, China is not sending us money directly to give us goods. The reason Biden expanded what you know nothing about, which is Section 301 tariffs, he expanded it specifically for electric vehicles, 100%. Obviously, China is now not paying double to send us electric vehicles. What's happening is U.S. businesses are forced to pay double to import a Chinese electric vehicle because Chinese electric vehicles are really, really good, way better than U.S. vehicles. And so it's dangerous to our economy because if we start importing Chinese vehicles, it's going to destroy the U.S. EV market. And so obviously when Biden expanded this for electric vehicles, China is not paying us double to send them. We're making sure that we don't get any by making it too expensive for U.S. businesses or U.S. consumers to get. You need to go research Econ 101 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Hey, Chris.
Uh-huh.
Do you usually go that fast?
Yeah, so again, explain where I was wrong, please.
No, do you usually
No,
go?
I'm genuinely waiting. Like, it's unbolievable how much of a like gaslighter and like manipulator you are, and like the sense of like I know so much about business, but I don't know anything about tariffs, and I can't name a single not a single piece of legislation from Donald Trump around economics. So please explain to me what I just explained wrong about tariffs.
No,
please explain to me right now. Biden expanded Section 301 tariffs for electric vehicles 100%. So are you saying right now that China is paying 100% extra to send us electric vehicles? Is that what you're telling me?
Chris. Okay.
I'm waiting. Just explain.
So first of all, I was answering your question earlier about tariffs, and you were saying that China does not pay tariffs. And I was trying to get you to see that they absolutely do. And you have now confirmed that.
No, wait, where did I confirm? Where did I confirm that?
I seem to get like 10 words for every thousand.
Because you are genuinely one of like in terms of being disingenuous and being a gaslighter and being a narcissist, you're one of the worst I've ever met. I hope for whoever you are around that you get some serious help. And again, as somebody who's very passionate about mental health, I think that's a really like dickish thing to say. It's not normally something I would say, but it is so radiatingly obvious that you are insecure and you are a professional gaslighter and manipulator. So when you start on some tangent, I'm not going to let you finish. So explain to me, but you can go on whatever tangent you're about to go on, but first explain to me how I got tariffs wrong, please.
Chris, first of all, you don't even know your source, PolitiFact, and who owns it.
Okay, so again, this is part of the pivot and the gaslighting. So please explain how tariffs work, Jeff. I'm waiting. Explain how tariffs work.
Well, in what it requires a context, Chris.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's hear it.
No, we started the discussion with tariffs.
No. So you still have. Harry, this guy is the most insane gaslighter manipulator I've ever met in my entire life. Jeff, just explain how tariffs work, please. Listen, it's very simple. You said Section 301 tariffs. You said the Chinese government is sending us $80 billion.
Harry, you were gone, and you're calling me a liar.
Jeff, don't pivot.
I spoke to you already. You lied about what Kamala Harris said. We've been there. Now don't respond to what he said.
Don't pivot. You said Section 301 tariffs. The Chinese government has sent us $80 billion. Biden administration expands Section 301 tariffs, adds EVs. They have been spending a 100% tariff. They've made a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs. So I'm asking you, yes or no, when there's a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs, is China now paying a 100% tax? They are sending us a 100% tax to send us electric vehicles, yes or no?
I don't know what the tax is on EVs.
Oh my God, Jeff! This is basic tariffs 101. If we want to, Jeff, let's try to listen. Because again, you're like
I don't own an EV, so it's not basic.
Yeah, no. So again, because you're a fraudulent businessman, I'm going to actually give you some good advice from a 22-year-old. You could get this from Econ 101, 10 minutes on YouTube, Jeff, and I'm going to explain it in 60 seconds. You said I don't know about EVs, Jeff. Chinese EVs are really good, way better than U.S. EVs, which means that if they come to the United States and businesses start opening with Chinese EVs, they will destroy the EV market in America. They'll hurt Honda, they'll hurt Tesla, they'll hurt, Honda's not based in America, but you know what I'm saying. They'll hurt companies that are based in America. They'll hurt U.S. workers, they'll hurt U.S. consumers. It'll be bad for everybody. So we need to make sure that Chinese electric vehicles are not in the United States. How do we do that? We make sure we incentivize U.S. businesses and U.S. consumers to not get Chinese electric vehicles. So we're going to put a 100% tariff. It's way too expensive to import a Chinese electric vehicle, and now none of them are here. So now we protected our businesses and protected our consumers. You suggested it was the opposite. Obviously, it doesn't protect consumers or businesses to somehow force China to pay us extra money to send us their electric vehicles. They would love to send us their electric vehicles. They would love to do that. And certain U.S. businesses would love to get their hands on them, but it would really hurt a lot of U.S. workers. So we don't want to do that. Congrats. I just gave you a 15-minute econ lesson in 60 seconds.
So, Chris, I actually think we're finding some possible agreement here. So the Trump administration got an extra $80 billion worth of new taxes from China. Mm-hmm. tariffs, and Biden actually expanded on that.
Yes, Jeff, I actually, so again, like where we started in this conversation was you saying you were going to cook me on business, and I asked you if you knew how tariffs work, and you explained tariffs the opposite way. I never said anything about whether I thought the actual tariffs themselves were bad or good, or how I thought Trump mishandled them. I said in the middle of my conversation, like 15 minutes ago, that I knew that they were still around and that Biden had expanded them. But it's not about what, it's not, I'm not contesting that tariffs are bad inherently. I'm contesting that you and Donald Trump, because Donald Trump lies about it all the time, but you literally believe tariffs work the opposite way that they do. And you told me you were going to cook me on business because you're this giant business guy. And I also think I always bring this in because this is one of Donald Trump's most told lies, because he's a narcissist and a liar. He tells everybody that China is sending us money to send us goods, and that makes no sense. And you have not been able to contest that.
You know what? You do a lot of rambling, but I don't hear any points.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for you to say anything. Can you explain how I'm wrong on tariffs?
Actually, I think we both kind of explained the tariff situation.
Jeff, so do you agree
but
that
all I'm saying is, I guess if I were trying to like claim a W, which I'm not here, but Trump started the tariffs and then Biden expanded them.
But you agree that China, because you started by saying China is sending us money for goods. You said Trump forced China to send us like double the money for their goods, and you agree now that that is incorrect.
No, he imposed a tariff.
And Jeff, we just went through the basics of how tariffs work. So you agree that tariffs incentivize U.S. businesses they protect U.S. businesses and protect consumers. And I explained that if we charge that tax on U.S. businesses, it's way better because they're now producing goods in the United States, and we're making sure Chinese goods aren't here ruining businesses. But so how would it make any sense for China to be sending us goods? Why would that incentivize a company not to go to China or why would it incentivize people to not buy things from China if China is sending us goods?
I think you need to slow down because you just said that it's good to tax those businesses in the U.S.
No, I did. Jeff, yes, it is good to tax businesses in the U.S. Again, you are confused by that statement because you do not know the basic Econ 101 of what a tariff is.
Hold on, dude, stop. Why don't you stop with the insults and let's just have
No. Oh, okay, so now you want to wait. Now you want to stop with the insults when 10 minutes ago you said I'll cook this dude on Econ. He's the hairy light. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. I have a giant. You kept saying you literally said I'm an expert. Hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. You said I'm an expert in business. I'll cook this dude because you are super insecure. So I'm going to explain something before you freak out. You understand that tariffs, when we implement a tariff, the tax is always paid by the U.S. business. We want to tax U.S. businesses on Chinese goods, Jeff, because then they don't want to get things from overseas. They want to produce them here or produce them themselves and hire workers to do that. And that helps everybody. That helps business. That helps job growth. This is basic shit. You have no idea what you're talking about up here.
Dude, stop. Slow down, bro.
Okay,
shut the fuck up about slowing down. He's not speaking that fast. Anybody can hear him.
No, he's saying a lot of things he's saying some things that are correct and a lot of things that are incorrect.
So, then fact check him for once in your goddamn life.
Please.
First of all, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't use the GD word.
What, bro? Holy shit. Okay, continue, Jeff.
Can you please give me that respect? I'm a Christian.
Honestly, I don't really think respect tends to be earned, not given, and I don't have.
I'm pretty. Yeah. And say our vice president's name.
So if I'm another religion, then I don't
say our vice president's name.
What?
Say our vice president's name.
Waltz.
Oh my God, the current vice president, numbnuts.
Kamala Harris.
There it is.
Right.
Sorry, if you're not going to pronounce her name correctly, which we've been correcting time, you're still wrong. Then you don't get to ask for respect from other people when you disrespect Kamala Harris and continue to mispronounce her name.
And I want to point out that this is, again, like master gaslighting and manipulating here. You purposely did that just to pivot off the fact that you still have not explained how tariffs work and how I was wrong on tariffs.
Jeez, I'm literally Googling how you want me to pronounce her name.
We're telling you, Kamala.
Isn't that what I said?
Jeff, how do tariffs work, Jeff?
I literally said Kamala.
You did not.
Jeff, how do tariffs work,
Harry,
Jeff?
I'm sorry.
Okay, no, Jeff, shut the hell up and respond to what Chris is saying to you.
How do tariffs work, Jeff?
Dude, we just talked about that.
So is China sending us money for their goods?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, let me ask you this. Are U.S. businesses being taxed more to get goods from China? Yes or no?
So they have to pay more to get goods from China, yes.
Okay. So they're doing both.
So they are incentivized to purchase from the U.S.
Right.
And furthermore, on that subject, he also opened the market in 6 countries for farmers to be able to export their goods.
But Jeff, I'm confused. You literally, for the last 20 minutes, have been saying, no, China is sending us money for goods. So which is it?
They do.
So it's both.
You're right.
Got it. Understand. All right. Well, I think I've had my fair share of Jeff here, Harry.
Yeah, anything else you want to talk about here, Jeff?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity, Harry. Thanks for
shut the hell up. You have anything else you want to talk about or not?
Pallet management funded by the DNC.
First of all, you're still wrong. It's the DNC. No, sorry. The DNC payment you're referencing was to a company called Pallet Media. We're not managed by Pallet Media. We're managed by Pallet Management. You're confusing 2 names, 2 companies, 2 entities. So it's that simple. Just go look, go fact check yourself.
Change your LinkedIn profile.
It says Pallet Management, doesn't it? Yeah.
Jeff, I want to say for the record, Jeff,
it says you work for them.
Jeff, I don't think Harry's most of us don't jerk off to our own LinkedIns except you. So I know no one
checked my LinkedIn.
No,
I don't know how long.
No one cares, bro. I know you literally came up here in your first 5 minutes. You said, "Well, I bet you're mad because you Googled me, bro." What? No one cares, bro. No one cares.
Dude, you're the one that got fantasized with my photos, so...
Oh, here he goes.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yo, Jeff, so I'm gonna give you basics here, Jeff, because apparently you work in business and all this stuff, but you really don't, because again, I'm 99% sure you're a con man. But regardless of that, you understand, management, somebody provides a service. So like, if you claim to do all these things, like maybe somebody has an agent that they're like let's say, and I hate to make this comparison because it sounds so douchey, but it's like the best way, I guess, to logically connect it. So like if you play sports and you have an agent who like gets deals for you, that agent's providing a service because they know people, they're good at what they do something different than you, and so you pay them a cut of your money for that service. If you ever gotten your lawn cut, you hire a lawn company and then they cut your lawn and then you pay them for that service, et cetera, et cetera. So if Pallet Management, which again, like you always think it's a got you, but I think we've made it pretty clear that we're signed to Pallet Management. If Pallet Management is doing me a service by doing things like checking my email, or like if I post a sponsored video on my channel, getting me a brand deal, you know what I have to do for them to do that service? I have to pay them. It makes no fucking sense for them to manage me and them to pay me money. It's like the tariffs. It's like you just don't know basic fucking capitalism, economy. People provide services. We pay them money for that service.
Then I guess Harry doesn't understand how to work LinkedIn.
Yep. Well, again, most people.
Yeah, bro. When you're right, dude. When I was 19 years old, I was associated with Pallet, and I haven't checked my LinkedIn since because I don't give it. Go look. I don't post on my LinkedIn. I haven't posted since then. But buddy, I don't give a damn enough about LinkedIn, dude. Holy shit, I don't care.
Jeff, go edit. Jeff, you after this, dude. You got to get on the couch, have a glass of wine, go edit your own website. Make sure LinkedIn's up to date, man.
You should look at who owns your sources, like PolitiFact.
Dude, you can't.
Again, this is just such a. Just hold on. Don't even speak. Don't even speak. It's such a master like gaslight and manipulation. We started with a sexual abuse lawsuit against Donald Trump. You said, well, it was abnormal because the prosecution got to, object this many times and 70% were accepted. And we asked you 100 times for the source on the 70%. You wouldn't do it. We asked you for a source on 100 different things. You could never provide one. You said, you do it, you talk about it. So again, this is just like gaslighting and manipulation at its finest, and you're pivoting. You need to go to a therapist.
And also, you have been unable this entire conversation to provide any policy that Donald Trump has gotten past Congress. We asked you. Chris asked for one economic policy that got passed through Congress. Couldn't name it. I asked for 5. You said you could name 50. You couldn't name 5 policies that he got passed through Congress. And then you misquoted Kamala Harris and then ended up agreeing with Kamala Harris. I mean, come on. This has been such an embarrassment. You got routed, buddy. Circles.
Chris Googled me and you pulled my photos, but I promise you, I have not pulled your photos.
Jeff,
Wait, I'm sorry.
Jeff,
You apparently know what my LinkedIn says better than I do. I don't give a shit about my LinkedIn.
In the first literally 120 seconds of you being in this live, you said, "quote You guys are mad because you Googled me." That was one of the first things you said, and then you went on something about how you don't have trouble with women. And I want to make it very clear to you and everybody in the chat. I'm a huge mental health advocate. I'm somebody who's been in therapy, psychiatry my whole life.
Chris,
Can I finish? Can I finish?
No, you're insulting.
No, I'm not trying to insult anybody. I went through an out-of-patient program for depression. I've been very open about mental health, and I think it's very inappropriate, and almost 99.9% of the time, to ever tell somebody that they need to go to therapy or anything, because it's a shitty thing to say. It can be a form of gaslighting, but it is so unbelievably clear to me up here that you are just incredibly disingenuous and insecure. It drives me nuts.
I think it's pretty cool that both of your cheeks are red right now.
Bro, I have natural rosy cheeks, bro.
It's called blushing. It's called.
Apparently I blush 24/7 though. I don't know. It's by the way, why are you thinking about my cheeks, buddy?
Because it's
What's going on
obvious,
with you?
dude. Cooked
What the
like
hell's going on with you, dude?
What the
Cooked like a bad steak.
What the sagwa?
Cooked like a bad steak.
Jeff, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man, I appreciate it though. Thanks for all the love.
Wait, Jeff,
from the
wait,
audience.
before you leave,
Hey,
do me a
Chris,
favor.
look at the comparison.
Wait, Jeff.
Hey,
I'm trying to say
Chris,
something
look
to you.
at the comparison.
Jeff, I'm trying to say
here.
something to you. He'll
I'm
come
gonna
back in a second.
Screenshot it, Chris.
Jeff, I'm trying to say something to you. He's going to come back in a second. Jeff, do me a favor.
Jeff got more.
Jeff, do me a favor. Get the hell out of my life and never come back, all right?
Jeff, I hope Jeff
Sorry,
should add it to it. Yo, Law the Wild, appreciate you. Yo, the Galaxy, Law the Wild, you're killer.